Ridiculous questions.
Meticulously debated. This is Tell Me I'm Wrong.
Well, I was happy just last night. I've been losing sight. Citing all the falling fights. What is this if this ain't right? Back again, the monster rights. Losing life until that night. Life never let him lie. Light is my far past his way.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tell Me I'm Wrong. I am Josh Ballard.
Hey, everybody, I'm Ryan.
And it's your best friend, Joe. How y'all doing?
Well, we're doing pretty great because I don't know if anybody noticed when they turned on the podcast today, but that is indeed a fresh intro that you just heard, combined with some fresh graphics updates, new cover, and photos of ourselves. So you can tell who we are after listening to the podcast.
I would say episode 30. It's a pretty big week for us here in episode 30.
I'm just glad we took those photos a while back because now that, everything's shut down again, I haven't got my hair cut in a long time and I'm starting to get like shaggy dog look. So
yeah, you're looking a little rough. So it's good that we did that when we were still able to do it and before it started getting cold and before it was fully the Christmas season, because now we got way too much stuff going on. Thanksgiving just happened. We ate a ton of food.
I'm still full.
I'm tired. We're shopping, spending money, getting boxes delivered to my house like crazy. And now we've got to keep up with all this. Our podcast is popping off with all this new stuff. People are listening. My sister is advertising us on her Tinder account. So we're getting all sorts of new 20-something-year-old male listeners.
Swipe right.
Now hold on. I need to hear some more details about the Tinder advertisements.
Well, I was talking to her the other day and she's telling me about a Tinder date she went on, and then she just slipped in that in her bio she says, if you don't listen to Tell Me I'm Wrong, don't even bother swiping. And so
now that is a good sister right there.
And she has said she has gotten several of them to listen already. It is working. And we welcome our new friends. And if you do anything to hurt my sister, I swear I will kill you. I will track you down and kill you.
If you're one of the gentlemen who've joined us because of that, we appreciate you coming here. In no way does that guarantee you a date because, she's very selective. But we're glad you joined us regardless.
Yeah, and I have no sway over that decision. So you can't appeal to me. She doesn't trust my opinion. So
I did hear her say that if you subscribe and rate and review 5 stars, it increases your chances of getting said date. So
yeah, we're providing her a regular report of the men who come and rate and review our podcast and give us 5 stars
in the Kentucky area.
Yeah, in the Kentucky area. And we're passing those off to her. So if you're here because of her, leave a review and a nice little 5-star rating. And we can't promise anything, but 5-star rating means you get to take her out and spend a lot of money at a 5-star restaurant on her and take her out for a nice evening once restaurants are open again. So look forward to that.
If you do that, I'll be happy to have the conversation on whether she likes or likes you. Because that's tough to figure out.
I'm looking here at our new Libsyn statistics tab, and it looks like it's all broken down based on their picture profile rating as well as listens, and so we have a ranking. We have a ranking system.
I don't know if you saw this, but if you click over one more tab, you can actually see it broken out by name. We've had 3 Jareds. Chad, I hope that did not work out. Travis.
Is that Dustin from Cincinnati?
Oh, Dustin from Cincinnati making a return.
Yikes. Well, we're going to have to tell her not to date Dustin. So, Dustin, we are so sorry. Look, I know you've had a rough year between your Thanksgiving Day parade balloon and us calling you out on this podcast so you can't date my sister. But hey, look, that's, we're just in the business of, ruining people's dreams. So we're so sorry.
All right. Well, with this giant week that we're having for the podcast, we decided that we had too many Christmas topics that we really wanted to cover. And
we were inundated.
Yeah, and so we felt like it was necessary for us to just sort of what I have been calling our Christmas potpourri episode, where we are just drawing from a hat. We have a bunch of different topics we're going to hit. So just a warning, this episode's going to be more all over the place than usual, which is saying something.
That's not entirely.
That's impressive.
That's not exactly a sales pitch, but hopefully you'll stick with it.
Oh, no. Well, I actually went and tracked down my big top hat that we used to use for our Survivor decisions.
There it is.
Look, there it is. Found it. And so I'm going to be drawing the topics out of the hat, and so we can hit a few of these. And, really, our goal was, these ideas that we had that maybe couldn't be a full episode, but we thought, hey, we want to give them to you. Little kickoff to the Christmas spirit. So let me dig around in here for the first one.
And this is going to help some of you all. It doesn't seem like it's going to, but this is going to help get you through some tough times of the holiday season that you may not want to deal with, but you're going to be forced to deal with. So this is going to be helpful for you.
We have long established that this is a self-help podcast and an education podcast.
Oh, yeah. if you haven't already taken just an enormous amount of advice from this show, then why are we even doing it?
Exactly.
Chicken soup for the podcast soul.
Oh, there's a episode title right away.
First one. Gift idea for someone you hate. So all the bloggers
coming out swinging.
All the bloggers, all the lifestyle influencers, they're all putting out their gift guides. They're telling you where to go buy some coffee mugs and some knit sweaters and all that stuff.
I always love the blogs that are trying to help people with like getting stuff for their dad. Because all of the blogs are it just lists the same presents over and over. It's like maybe you should like get to know your dad and like the things that he likes.
Well, I always like it because if you go I was looking at one from BuzzFeed the other day because my dad is notoriously hard to shop for. And so I pulled it up and it was just basically like, shit, man, I don't know, go to Brookstone. Like, it was just like a bunch of random gadgets.
Was that the whole article?
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Man, BuzzFeed.
As we've established on previous episodes, good luck going to Brookstone. I mean, I was an expert at Brookstone for the longest time, but if you can find one at this point that's not in the secure portion of an airport, you've done something.
Actually, at this point, you could probably buy your dad a Brookstone franchise pretty cheap.
Yeah. I actually went on and looked at that. They're only $49.99 right now. And
I might look into that.
You can actually, they're selling all sorts of weird stuff now. They got like metal cubes for your bourbon glass that are also hooked up Bluetooth app for some reason. I don't know.
Why would you have a Bluetooth ice cube?
To make sure it's cold, I guess.
So when you know it's cold, if
you do like a mixed
you.
drink, you can have it stir, like it vibrates and mixes your drink for you.
Yeah. The second you pour alcohol on it shuts down your Instagram so you don't go.
Now wait. We might need to cut this out of the show because that's a genius idea.
Yeah. We just figured out how we get out of the podcast game and start making actual money.
The breathalyzed cube. All right. So the first category of gifts for someone you hate is Brookstone.
Yes, the store.
So when this was one of the topics that we were discussing over the last week or so, and I just immediately went to one specific category and then a subcategory of that category. So first of all, I always feel like gift cards are kind of a hot topic around Christmas time because gift cards, a lot of people like them, but it is telling someone, I want you to spend this amount of money in this exact way.
Give me cash.
Exactly. Like if you're going to give me a gift card, give me cash. So, So I've narrowed it down to, I think, one specific gift card that I think would be just great for someone you hate. And that is any restaurant gift card, especially a non-local restaurant gift card, because you are telling them at some point you're gonna have to go eat here, whether you want to or not, because you feel obligated because it's free.
You should get them one of those gift cards that work at like 5 different restaurants, but 4 of them are nowhere around, and the one in your area is awful, like Max and Irma's.
Yeah, it's like this gift card only works at 5 restaurants, and 4 of them are Macaroni Grill. I don't know.
Yes.
I think Joe with the Max and Irma's pull is like exactly the type of restaurant I was thinking. It's like one that it's not like bad food, but you're never gonna like go out of your way to go to Max and Irma's.
Wasn't that the place that had like a bathtub full of sundae toppings?
Yes.
Like they had a sundae bar. I don't know about that. Now, look, I went to the Brookstone website while we were talking, so just trying to get some gift ideas. And I'd like to draw our attention real quick to the massage section of the Brookstone. And here are the categories: neck and back, hand and foot. Isn't that a disease?
Yes.
No, you're thinking of foot and mouth. You're thinking of foot and mouth.
Whatever. Handheld, massage chairs, rollers, and adult.
Oh, Brookstone.
Brookstone.
I think they actually sold one of those in the store.
An adult
Are you serious?
massager?
Yes, it looked like
Brookstone?
one that you would like do your body with, but it was definitely targeted at one specific group of people.
So really that handheld quotations section, it might be just a second adult section.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like everything else at Brookstone, it also has a Bluetooth speaker built into it.
Oh my gosh.
And it is also waterproof.
Listen, if you want to get your Creed on while you're getting your sexy time on, far be it from me to stop you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. How did we get this far down the rabbit hole that quickly?
Okay, so a couple things, Ryan. You said, ironically, I asked for gift cards this year.
Oh.
From one specific store.
But if you're asking for a gift card, that's great. Because then it's like, okay.
I asked for gift cards from Home Depot because we talked about I bought a new house and the garage I'm trying to convert it to a wood shop, but it needs a lot of work, and I literally can't think of anything else.
I think it's different when you ask for it because that is you saying, I am committing to spending this money in this direction. Because like Josh said, if I get cash, I'm just going to end up just like, spending it on food or whatever. But if you get a gift card and you ask for it, then you're like, okay, this is what this is going towards, and I'm going to get this for myself.
I literally added stuff on my list that I didn't want just to please my mother who wants to buy me actual gifts. Yes. And also, it's funny you bring up because one of my possible gifts would come from a store like Brookstone.
So we all know the massage section is going to have another customer here soon.
It has nothing to do with the massage sections. So I have two. If you have kids and you don't have kids. For the first one, if you have kids, I am buying you a musical instrument that plays music at obscene levels of volume. I remember my sister got a piano growing up and it never stopped playing. She had a piano and a Wiggles guitar, and I hated the person who gave him those gifts.
My wife, Leah, she does exist. She always talks about the fact that her brother, who listens to the show, David, shout out, was a drummer. And so for pretty much like 16 years of Leah's life, it was drumming all of the time. Like just, she did not grow up in a large house. So it was an overwhelming noise. So I feel like that is a definitely good route to go for someone you hate.
And it's for like a smaller kid. So, they're just playing it at the worst possible times in the worst possible way. So it's just awful. The second gift would be, I don't care how old you are, I'm buying you that kinetic sand, but I'm buying you the glittery version.
Oh.
So not only is sand going to be everywhere, but there's going to be glitter covering literally every inch of your house if it's opened.
I don't even I'll find sand years after I've been to the beach and, things that I took to the beach or something. So we know that's not going anywhere.
Okay. So I actually, for this one, very much along the same lines of the gift card idea. Because I hate giving gift cards and I hate getting gift cards. I'll be honest. I might ask for a couple every now and then because I'm eyeing something specific and I don't trust somebody else to buy it for me or something like that. But what I wanted to do this year was, if you hate somebody, there's only one gift card you should buy them right now. Ticketmaster.
I was going to say any sort of event.
You can't do anything. Like, you're basically just saying, like, hey, you can, if you don't lose this, you can redeem this in like 3 years for some concert. It's like, go enjoy the Chainsmokers, because that's the only thing that's touring. Like, just, go check that out. Waste your time. Now, while you all were talking, I fell deep into the Brookstone rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm looking at something right now we have to discuss.
This has become a podcast about Brookstone.
So, listen, we'll change our name. They have a gift guide for him, and I just need to tell you some of the things that are in here. The first thing is a smart coffee mug from Glowstone that cost $179.
I'm going to need you to send a link.
All right, I'm sending you a link.
Give me that chat.
All right, the Glowstone Classic Smart Mug is the perfect solution to keeping coffee and tea piping hot and at peak flavor.
180.
The fully automatic heating system in the base of the coffee mug is designed to keep any warm liquid hot for an extra hour beyond what traditional dumb mugs can do.
It does say dumb mugs.
It looks like a metal camping mug.
This handsome mug is finely crafted from bone china that lets the delicate flavors of your favorite drink ring through and ensures you won't have to worry about it being too hot to the touch. Even better, it charges wirelessly, so there's no cords to worry about, because God forbid you have to plug in your coffee mug.
I want to be the person that writes these descriptions.
Yeah, the other thing here is do you have a man in your life who enjoys the work of Ayn Rand? Well, good news. We have an Atlas Bronze World Globe whiskey decanter, 15-inch with 2 world glasses. Magnificent piece of art. The Atlas Bronze statue holding a globe is reminiscent and appropriated as a symbol of the objectivist movement, with Atlas carrying the celestial vault on his shoulders with the planet's insignia inside the bar. What is this?
Okay, what are you looking at? The decanter?
I just sent you a link.
Oh.
You mentioned the adult section, so I was just very curious.
Joe.
The first thing is called the Liberator Fascinator Throw Moisture-Proof Sensual Blanket.
Nope, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. I will not do this with you.
Moisture-proof.
Moisture-proof Sensual Blanket. Like,
what does that mean?
Any blanket can be a sensual blanket if you try hard enough.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, what does that mean? Like, oh, you
what
got
is
that,
a sensual blanket?
You've got that blanket on the bed tonight. All right. And it comes in a travel size, a king size, and a regular size. So you could take it with you when you go. There's some weird stuff.
All right. We have to move on from Brookstone.
No,
I
we
mean, do we
Yeah, we
have
do.
to? I could spend an hour. There's a popcorn maker that looks like a soccer ball.
All right. So basically what we're saying is while you guys are not with your family over these holidays, trying to be safe and take care of yourself, just go on the Brookstone website and start clicking around, especially after a few cocktails, because it's going to make it even more fun.
We will digress and move on. Let me draw another one. All right. Our next topic, and this is one I threw in the hat and that I love, is what was the last straw in Scott Calvin's marriage in The Santa Claus? Now, if you've never seen The Santa Claus, it is starring Joe's favorite actor of all time, Tim Allen. And it is a film about a divorced father who kills Santa Claus, puts on his suit, because that's what you do after you kill somebody, and he becomes Santa Claus.
And then takes over his life. So not only is he a murderer, but he's an identity thief.
Is he confirmed that he kills him? Because Santa disappears. So maybe he took off the suit and he just walked away.
He's clearly not alive.
The man fell off a roof.
So whether he or not on this plane, maybe he changed planes of existence. Yeah. I don't know.
However, that can't be the last straw in his marriage, because it was already over. He made a sad dinner for his son. They ended up having to go to Denny's. Charlie pulled the whole "plain milk is fine," the greatest movie line of all time.
Side note, that child actor, like, they couldn't have gotten somebody a little bit better for this movie.
Macaulay Culkin aged out, so
everybody in that film is awful. Like Scott Calvin, prick.
I love the movie though.
No, Scott Calvin, prick. Oh, the movie's great, actually. I do love the movie. Yeah. Scott Calvin is a prick. Charlie, awful. Neil, classic punch face.
Judge Reinhold, man.
Judge Reinhold, if you're out there, I hope you're doing great. But you are what I would call a punch face. It's true. And I'm sorry.
So I think the issue with the Calvin marriage, as I will refer to it, is about 4 minutes in, you're already on Laura's side, because Scott is belittling her new husband, Neil, and he's late to pick up his son for Christmas dinner. Like, I mean, the strikes are just adding up. He's this work obsessed guy, and he works for a toy company, and like, it's not like he's saving lives or anything. So I'm immediately just drawn to the fact that he was probably just insufferable. Focused, he makes all those like just small jokes, and you're like, ugh. And then my biggest bone to pick about this movie, he uses and abuses the magic of Christmas to win people over to his side by knowing exactly the gift that they wanted when they were little and being able to use magic to get it. Yeah, and like he doesn't really change. Like he still has that same attitude.
And look, if we're being honest, the last straw was probably just the years of living with this man that led her down that path. But I think there had to be one specific incident that happened that really put her over the edge.
For her to date someone like Neil, she had to steer in the complete opposite direction of what Scott Calvin was.
Oh, yeah.
So the movie opens and they are at the, I watch this movie every year because I do love it as a Christmas movie, but
we own it. Yeah, I agree with you.
But listen, I'm not a Scott Calvin fan. So it opens, he's at his Christmas party and they're talking about the Do It All For You dolly, the new toy or whatever that he was like the head person for. Well, I feel like it has not been that long since they've been divorced. I think it was his work and his focus on this project that really pushed her over the edge.
After watching how he talked to his coworker, I think one day he just said something, and then I think ultimately she did something good and he took credit for it, which is the same thing he did with his coworker. And she was like, "That's it. I'm done. I can't do this anymore."
I think he probably missed Charlie's birthday. Just like completely forgot about it, because he does not give two craps about his son.
Or said he was going to pick Charlie up and then never showed up.
Also, can we talk about how similar Scott Calvin is to the dad in Elf? Because he's like
they're both
like
terrible
the one
dads.
Who's not there. He works for a children's book company. I had never thought about the parallels until just now.
If you think about most of the Christmas movies, now we talked about A Christmas Story last week. Now, granted, it is very sweet that he bought his son a Red Ryder BB gun. It's a very sweet moment in the film. But for the most part, he seems like a pretty intolerable man.
Oh, terrible.
Then you look at Elf.
Terrible.
The dad in Elf, awful. You look at the Santa Claus, terrible. There's
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Look, Clark Griswold, I don't like Clark Griswold.
He has a redeeming quality to him, though. He's never seen Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I've never seen Christmas Vacation.
What?
I can't believe that.
What I'm getting at is there's only one good holiday movie dad, and that is Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way, Dad of the Year. He goes
at the end. He wasn't at the beginning.
No,
he missed his son's belt tournament for his karate. He didn't buy him the gift that his wife asked him to get multiple times. He continually lied to her about where he was.
Yeah, okay. I completely forgot the first half of the movie.
I was going to say, I think you're just looking at the denouement.
Look.
He told his wife she was his favorite customer.
That's true. They're all bad.
Your goal in December, listeners, is to find a Christmas movie out there with a solid dad. And please send us a tweet, send us an email. Let us know the Christmas movie with just a solid dad.
The only one that I could think of is that we just finished The Grinch with my daughter for the Jim Carrey version. And Cindy Lou, who's dad in that movie, is good. Like, she tries to bring the Grinch in.
Okay.
And then he stands up for his daughter against the mayor, Jeffrey Tambor. I hate that guy.
A lot of people do. That's why he's not working anymore.
The real psycho in Santa Claus is Neil. Of all the toys he ever wanted growing up, he wanted an Oscar Mayer weenie whistle.
Listen, it wasn't about all of the toys. It was about when he learned that Santa.
Whoa, Ryan.
Yeah, wow.
Yikes.
That's for a later episode.
There are children that listen to this podcast.
So what I meant was when he stopped.
Ryan, you're digging a hole.
I would just stop while you're behind.
You're losing this. Well, let's move on. I think we're getting on dangerous territory with Ryan over here trying to ruin children's lives. Santa is amazing and very real, and I love him. All right. Okay, well, this one doesn't really apply this year. So I'm going to give a little preamble and say, like, if you're going to one of these, just stop. Just don't.
Is it the Brookstone adult store section?
Maybe this year actually answers this question for us. But the question is, how do you get out of a Christmas party without hurting anybody's feelings? Basically, how can you make this party stop? How can you leave without anybody being like, oh, well, Ryan showed up and he just left after 30 minutes. I guess he doesn't like us.
Well, I mean, you all haven't got a chance to experience this yet, but I've got the trump card to leaving parties. I've got to get home and get to the baby. I'm sorry. I got it. She's at daycare. I got to get out of here. It's been great, but we got to run.
You also have to use that excuse while it lasts, because once they get to a certain age.
That's why you have a second.
Yeah, that's why people have second kids.
That's the only reason to have a second, to age out.
That's true. But while they're still young, that's perfect. But then afterwards, you get a dog, because I've been to so many parties where people are like, oh, hey, yeah, no, this was great, but like our dog's got to go pee. We're sorry.
I've never used my dog as an excuse.
Well, it's a good way to get out of it. So obviously you have a really easy way to leave with your kid, but I'm looking for something a little more intricate. What about people who don't have kids or a dog? They're just a single person going to this party because somebody invited them, or they maybe moved to a new town and have some new friends and they're not sure yet, so they don't want to overstay their welcome. Or maybe you just don't like these people and you don't want to be here, but you feel like you have to keep up appearances. How do those people exit a party without hurting anybody's feelings?
If they're brand new, you can go with, I've got to work early in the morning. I'm on night shift.
I'm asking for some creativity here.
I know a way you can ruin a party for everyone else, and then it'd be awkward if you did leave afterwards.
Okay.
What you got?
So this is true. Unfortunately, of course, this happened to me. I was at a family Christmas probably 3 years back, something like that. This was pre-baby. We were at my cousin's house in Ohio. They have an old farm home. It's like 100-something years old. And we, for Christmas, my family always does appetizers. Well, I ate too many appetizers, too many stuffed mushrooms, sausage balls, and I got the rumbly tumblies.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm just going to sneak away and go to the bathroom. Well, I didn't want to draw attention to it, so I snuck away and went upstairs to one of the kids' bedrooms and used their bathroom. Did what I had to do. Wiped, got up.
Did you need to mention that?
Hit the little knob and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, water did not move a centimeter.
Oh.
So I'm like looking, and I open up the top of the toilet. I mean, if you ever seen Dumb and Dumber, you know what I was doing. I was like, oh my God, what? So nothing is happening. The toilet apparatus, at this point, I own a home, so I know how a toilet works. The toilet is in perfectly functioning issue. The water's running fine. There's nothing. I'm like, what is happening? So I didn't know what to do. So I texted my dad. I was like, Dad, you got to come up here. This toilet's broken, whatever. Lo and behold, either the central pipe to their house froze, or I somehow clogged the central pipe to their house. So we were all at their Christmas party, and I shut down water for the entire house.
Joe. Oh man, this is the anxiety dream to the max.
I think that I just happened to be the lucky person to go use the bathroom next, because we had to crawl down the crawl space and like heat up the pipe with a hair dryer. But of course, it happens to me. We had to literally crawl down like how in New York the basements have like those bulkhead doors.
Yeah,
they had that in their like wet mud room. So we had to crawl down in there, and we were like looking at all the pipes, and for a good 45 minutes to an hour, we stopped Christmas so we could try to fix the pipes so the water would run so the house would have water again.
Now that is a fun Christmas. Wow.
And we were 2 hours away, so we couldn't just conveniently leave. So I had to literally sit there the rest of the night and be ridiculed by my family about what I had done.
Oh, man.
There's so many stories where you are the problem. And
if have you ever heard of Murphy's Law?
Yeah. Are you Murphy? I think we might need to change that to Joe's Law.
That's a really good one. I have never personally had a story where I caused a party to end, but one way that I had a party in one time was I was at a Halloween party in college, and there were a bunch of people dressed up, all having a good time, having some drinks, enjoying the party. And then a thunderstorm came through.
Were there any couples costumes?
There were plenty of couples costumes, unfortunately. Storm came through. Lightning struck a tree. And the tree fell on the house we were having the party in.
Oh my gosh.
That is awesome.
So God ended the party.
So you just have to pray hard enough that God will end it. Now, the best thing about that was when it fell, it took out a power line, knocked the power out. The problem was when the firefighters showed up, all the drunk people kept walking over where the power line was and complimenting them on their costumes.
Oh my gosh.
In telling that story, I did just realize the same thing happened to me on a first date. I went to this girl's house and I could not help it. I had to go to the bathroom, and she came in as I was trying to finish up, and she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you that toilet's broken."
Oh no. Did you do it too?
Yes. I couldn't help it. I don't remember. I could not help it. I could.
She didn't tell you beforehand?
No.
That's on her.
That's a red flag.
That's at least 50% her fault, if not more.
I ended up getting brownie points because I fixed the toilet for her.
See, oh wow, you turning that situation around. I'm proud of you.
Okay, I have some questions. Now, I'm assuming this was not with your current wife, Rachel.
No, it was not with my current wife. It was a long time ago.
Okay. How did you meet this person?
I think I went to church with her.
So, a church person. How old were you?
22.
Okay, so you're presumably in college.
23 somewhere. No, I just got out of college.
So she's not living with her parents. This is her place.
No, she had her own place.
By herself?
By herself.
And the toilet wasn't working, and you fixed it.
Well, she had 2 bathrooms.
Okay. That answers my question, because I was about to ask, how long was the toilet out of order, and what was she doing in the meantime?
Yeah, I was a little confused as well.
I lived with some guys in college. There were 3 of us, and we lived in a house that had 1 bathroom. And the toilet wasn't working for a while. Don't remember why not. Probably similar situation to Joe's first story. I don't remember. But anyways, it got to the point where it wasn't getting fixed, and none of us did anything about it. So like college freshmen, we were just walking around the corner to the Starbucks and using their bathroom every morning.
Okay.
Did you walk down with your little caddy you had in the dorm with your toothpaste and everything else?
Did you walk in with a robe and a washcloth and face wash and everything?
Josh walks in and goes, "Good morning. I'll be 10 minutes. Can you go ahead and give me a large Americano?"
Well, that was part of the problem is we had no money, so we weren't always ordering anything at the Starbucks. We would just walk in and use their bathroom and walk out.
Can I get a large water?
Yeah, to the point where people were they knew us, they were eyeballing us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now,
did you ever have to explain yourself?
No, fortunately, they did not ask questions.
Josh, knowing you, I just find it so hard to believe that you would do this.
I
didn't enjoy it. But desperate times, man, we lived close to campus.
You went to college in the same city your parents lived in. Why did you not call them? Your dad is an electrical genius. I think he could have fixed this.
Yeah, I would think with your vast knowledge of fixing toilets that you've explained, you would know that has nothing to do with electrical work. So, look, you're in college, you're embarrassed, no one wants to take responsibility for anything.
You're an idiot.
We're idiots, so we just did it. And we also had no money, and so, we also stole toilet paper from that Starbucks when we ran out of toilet paper. We basically lived off that Starbucks.
Did you go and have you repaid this Starbucks since in tips?
Not that explicit Starbucks, but if you go and look at my Starbucks account, they have more than recouped their money from me in the past decade.
Josh just goes and buys a dozen of the ridiculously expensive cake pops every month to offset the cost.
And I'm I'm so sorry for pooping here. And I just walk out and they're always confused.
Oh, man.
Whew. So, Ryan, do you have any poop stories you can share with the class?
I mean, I've got not any party stories, but I did have a situation where on my first date with Leah, I had a spicy pasta dish and it did not sit well. And before we even left the restaurant, I had to go to the bathroom and left her at the table for like 15 minutes.
How spicy was this pasta dish?
Yeah, it was pretty spicy.
Now, the best thing about that is that when you eat spicy food, and I know this from the time we have shared spicy food, is that you sweat like a marathon runner.
I do. And so she already knew that part. The bathroom part was a little more secret at the time.
Do you guys know who Rhett and Link is?
Yes, love Rhett and Link.
So when I was in college, they were just getting started, and they had these videos they had called surrogate shares. Mm-hmm. And it was like they would record these videos you would send to people. So it'd be like, one was like, you're telling your parents you're moving back in. You're telling your college roommate you're getting a new roommate. Well, one of them was I clogged your toilet at the party, but I went out and blamed somebody else originally when I did it.
This is like an early version of Cameo.
Basically, they were like, dude, I just left the bathroom. Someone bombed it in there. And then he's like, that someone was me. I overjudged how much toilet paper to use.
Maybe we should offer that as a service to our listeners.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a pretty, maybe instead of doing ads.
We'll set up a Venmo account. If you need us to give some bad news to people, tell me I'm wrong is here for you.
We'll do it.
Oh, I would be all over that. I'm
serious. I will do this.
Well, speaking of finding ways to make money, why don't we head to the mod office and pay our bills?
Look at that segue.
I know. It's so good. It's so good.
Well, everybody, it is now December, which means it's the holiday season, and Device Pit Stop is here to help with all of your holiday shopping needs. They are sure to have something for everyone on your list, whether you are planning to get a tablet for your kids or you're wanting to upgrade your own phone. Device Pit Stop will be able to assist you in getting the perfect gift for anyone at a great price. Throughout the rest of the month, if you use the code TMIW, you will be able to get 10% off your entire purchase. Head over to devicepitstopky.com, or if you are local to our Lexington area, you can visit their location over in the Zandale Shopping Center. Thanks again to Device Pit Stop for sponsoring this month. Once again, the website is www.devicepitstopky.com and use the promo code TMIW. Thank you, Device Pit Stop.
Now, while you're on the internet, browsing devicepitstopky.com, share our show with your friends. Go grab that link and send it over to them and say, hey, I've got such a cool podcast. You should check it out. They have all the time on their hands. We're definitely not busy this holiday season. Look, hey, actually, you know what? It might be the perfect time because people are in their car. You're driving around looking at Christmas lights. You're going shopping in a safe, socially distanced manner. You need something to listen to. Throw away the Dean Martin. Throw away the Frank Sinatra. Throw away the Michael Bublé. Seriously, on that last one, like throw away the Michael Bublé. He's just ripping off the other ones. Don't need it in our lives. But throw all that out. Listen to TMIW. We've got all the holiday debates coming up that you need so that you can get in the spirit. Like and review the show. Give us 5 stars. Share it with your friends and help us out by spreading the word, because that is the most helpful thing you can do. All right, let's get back to this debate or whatever this is and enjoy the rest of our first Christmas episode. All right, we got one more question that we're going to pull out of this hat for this episode. And keep your fingers crossed that's a good one. All right, this last one. Which of the toys from the classic 1996 film Toy Story would Andy's mom have to win a fist fight to purchase on Black Friday?
Ooh. Oh, man.
I think this is an important question. And quite honestly, I feel like Andy's mom is a fighter.
Oh, yeah. I think she's a strong, independent single mother. I think she's had to fight for everything that she has, and she's done a really good job. And so I would not want to be up against her on Black Friday looking for a toy.
It's not Buzz, because as you saw the aisles of Buzz, there's plenty of quantity there.
It's also not Woody, because he's had Woody for a long time.
But Woody's also very old.
Right. So I don't feel like it's Woody.
I don't think it's Rex, because like that's just a standard dinosaur toy, right?
Yeah, it kind of feels a little cookie cutter.
So which one?
Maybe the car.
Oh.
Especially in 96.
Yeah, that was like the heyday for remote control cars.
The best remote control car I ever got was around the time when this movie came out.
So my dad used to wear like Polo Black cologne or whatever Polo, and every year for Christmas as a gift, they would give you a remote control Polo car. So every year for Christmas, I was guaranteed to get an RC car. Because it was like a free gift when you bought cologne.
So you got a hand-me-down cologne car.
Well, it wasn't a hand-me-down. He never opened it.
So I think RC is probably the answer. I feel like he's got a cool color scheme. He's a remote control car in 1996. He looks cool.
To be honest, I mean, I think this is an interesting topic, but I don't even think there's really another option. Like the other toys that he has, and I think that's part of the nostalgia of this time was Black Friday wasn't as cutthroat as it is, maybe not this year, but most years. So I feel like the RC might really be the best answer.
But here's the other thing is we already counted them out, but I'm going to throw this one out there. Is it possible that she lost the fist fight for a Buzz Lightyear at Christmas the year before and had to turn around and get him at his birthday?
Okay. Yes. Now,
well, but in
now
the show it says
in
the movie the kids say it's brand new and just came out.
Yeah, but a toy can be brand new, but maybe it was brand new on Black Friday. She went out to get it. She got in a fist fight. She lost, and then he had to settle for like Andy's February birthday. Oh, here's your Buzz Lightyear that all your friends already have.
I think this might be a good point, and because I think the movie actually takes place in a warmer setting because they do wear short sleeves and short when they go to Pizza Planet. And also back to Joe's point of them being in the shelves. If at the time it wasn't Christmas, maybe this was the restock.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the second wave. So I think I think Buzz could also be a good argument here.
But then that kind of, I hate to think that Andy's mom would lose a fist fight.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason I don't think it's Buzz is because how quickly she got a Buzz poster, a Buzz comforter set, all that stuff. So like to me, there was a massive amount of stuff available.
Was that before or after he got Buzz? I think it was after.
It was after, but I'm saying like if she's able to quickly get all that stuff, to me that tells me there's a large quantity of stuff available for it. Like they're ready for the push.
You know how this works. The toy comes out in Christmas. People fight over it. By the time they restock it early the next year, they've already got all this other merchandise. They got a movie in the works. Like within the world of Toy Story, not the Toy Story films. They already had those. But like they have a movie in the works for Buzz Lightyear. Like it's become a franchise at this point.
Okay, Josh, I don't think we're ready to be done.
Do you want another one?
I know we said that was. I know that we said that was the last one, but I feel like you've got more in that top hat. And
I'll say actually we do have several more. So do y'all want to do one more? Do we have time?
I say we roll the dice.
Okay. All right. If a burglar were to break into your house at Christmas time, what piece of decoration would you use to take them out? Now this one,
man, this could have been our whole episode. Could have been the whole Why'd we save this one for last?
Why are we wasting this? We're next Christmas we're going to be screwed because we wasted all these good topics.
That's tough because our decorations are spread out throughout our house. Oh man.
I do have a number one pick clearly for mine.
Are we doing a draft again?
Oh gosh. No. So I think the first thing that I would go for is we have this long, I guess you would call it garland. I'm not sure. It's a long string of greenery that has lights in it, but it's really long. And so I think I'm going to go for this and try to go for like a wrap around and maybe a strangle. Because this stuff is strong.
Oh, you're killing them.
Well, I mean, yeah. He broke into your house. Sometimes somebody's got to get got.
Self-defense.
So if I could decorate the way I'd like to decorate, this would be an easy answer. Because if I could decorate for Festivus,
the pole,
then you just have a stainless steel aluminum pole, which you could easily grab that and beat the crap out of someone. Because not only is it strong and very hard and dense, but you also have a very long reach.
All right, but no Festivus this year. So tell us your real answer.
I think what I would do is if I'm in the basement or the majority of our Christmas decorations are, my wife just bought this like glass Christmas tree from Target that has a wood base and like this really thick glass exterior.
A glass tree?
Yeah, it's only like a foot tall.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like sits on a table. I could hit you over the head with it, or if I got the opportunity, you made me angry enough, I could use it to just, shove right up, right up the old poop chute. And then, not only would you be incapacitated, but you'd be incredibly embarrassed and uncomfortable. So that'd probably be my go-to.
We turned violent very
Joe's
quickly.
gone too deep into that Brookstone adult section, I think.
If I was upstairs, I really don't know what I would choose.
If I'm in my living room with my tree, I'm taking the star off of my tree because, listen, there's nothing more embarrassing than getting stabbed in the stomach with something that leaves glitter behind.
Oh, man.
Not only are you going to have an open wound as you leave this house and try to escape, you're going to be covered in glitter, which leads to even more questions about where you've been.
And then you got glitter blood.
That can't be good.
And not only that, but you're leaving a trail of glitter that's going to lead the cops right to you. This is a foolproof plan. My only concern is how quickly you can get it unhooked from the tree lights.
Oh, listen, mine pops right off. It is 2 seconds from tree to torso.
Okay.
Like, you're done.
Is that why you put your tree right by your front door?
Yeah, it's ready. Listen, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm ready to fight.
He's thought it through.
Now, the other thing that I think is overlooked is if you have stocking holders, because those things are heavy.
You know what? That's a good point. We have a couple, and especially if you can get it hooked on the end of that stocking, get some momentum. We're talking.
And listen,
talking a
if
real
you've got
hit
two
right
of
there.
you, club them over the head with a stocking holder, hold on to them, then put the stockings on their feet. They're not going to be able to go anywhere.
Then that's just hilarious.
And then shove the Christmas tree up their butt.
Joe, we need to stop with the Christmas tree up the butt. I think we've had enough. Ryan,
that's it.
Get us out of
All right.
here.
All right. I want to thank everybody for listening. We talked last month about Podchaser and Good Pods. We would really appreciate it if you guys would go and give us a review on Podchaser. We would really appreciate that. And Good Pods is a great app to listen to your favorite shows on. We want to thank Isle of 8 for the use of our theme song, Jean Jacket. You can check them out anywhere you find great music.
Just like every other week, we just encourage you to subscribe, rate and review, give us 5 stars, let us know you love the show. That really helps us to grow, to get the show in front of new people, and just gives us the ability to grow our show, which could help in turn improve the show. We really appreciate you all you all have done and just helping us grow. We had another fantastic month in the month of November, and we're just very thankful for you all. And just once again, I want to say thanks.
And while you're online sharing the show, visit tmiwpod.com. Over there, you will find a selection of different Ayn Rand-based decanters from the Brookstone website. You will also find our own TMIW adult massage section. So head over there and check that out. While you're checking out the adult massage stuff, get a t-shirt, get a coffee mug, get somebody a gift for Christmas. We've got all sorts of fun stuff. We're going to add new stuff now with our new logos and all that good stuff. So go check out that. And hey, listen, get in the holiday spirit by shoving our podcast down your friends' throats and making them listen to it. So,
or up their butts.
Okay, never mind. Ryan, please.
I just want to remind everybody, please wear a mask, socially distance. We have to get through this together. That's really the only way we can get through it.
Please get us out of this pandemic. I have to escape podcast hell. We were cursed at the start of this to be forced to make a podcast, and we just all want to get out. So please just stop our misery. in this pandemic so that we can release the curse and stop making the show, please.
Yeah, if you want us to stop making these stupid episodes where we talk about nothing, then just wear a mask and socially distance, and we'll get through this pandemic, and then the show will be over.
We will still be making the podcast after that, but you will just be able to listen to it at other places. And we won't be under a curse, so they'll actually be good. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good point. The curse has become burdensome at this point. As always, there is one winner, but we are definitely all losers. Later, losers.
See ya.
Name.
Kris Kringle.
Name.
Santa Claus.
Name.
Père Noël. Babo Natale. Pez Nickel. Topo Shisho.